Greetings, I'm Sir Vainglory, and welcome to part 60 of my playthrough the New Spain campaign in Empire Total War, playing with the Empire 2 mod. And I'm just look at this naughtiness. Don't let Donald see that. The Gulf of Mexico. That's dreadful. I guess the legislation's not got as far as Empire. Anyway, nonsense. What's happening at the moment? Lots of peace. I've recruited my 4th army that's now up here, thinking about attacking the 13 colonies. They don't particularly like me. Minus 130, so they may well declare war on me before long. So maybe take the initiative and attack them first. I've got another 2 armies in here that are doing a bit of recruiting. You need cav and a general and a couple of infantry units. So we've got that queued up. You just need some... I think you need 1 infantry, don't you? Yeah, 1 line infantry regiment. But we need to wait for the drill schools to be done. So we'll get all that done, and then we'll go to war with the 13 colonies, I think. All peaceful down here. We've got our other army stationed in Trinidad and Tobago for now, but again I decided to take the initiative and head over towards Europe. Actually, if I'll have a look here, trade, we've got trade re-established with Sweden, which brings me almost 6,000 extra gold per turn, and Denmark's another 1,300, so about 7,000 overall additional gold, which, as you probably saw, brings me up to 27,500. So I sent a fleet over here to go up and try and maintain clear trade routes, starting off by attacking whichever bugger's in here. There's a British causing a problem, it looks like, but I want to come up and deal with the United Provinces navies to begin with. This guy... actually, they're not what I was thinking they were. They're just flutes. We've got 5th rate ship of the line. A bomb catch, but not much else. So, yes. I want to try and make sure that we keep trade open with Sweden. And I don't want to come up and invade into Europe with ground troops. Anyway, see what happens. We're at the end of the turn. You're just raiding for now. We've got research and tech. Still a while before we get any developments there. And in here, let's try peace with the Mughals again. They wanted 39,000 to agree to peace last time. Not interested at all now. United Provinces, I'm not going to even ask for peace since we're here, ready to attack. Is there anyone we can trade with? Doesn't look like it. France, still at minus 125. No. Okay. Right, end the turn. Oh yeah, and this other fleet is coming down to keep an eye on the zone where the Mughal Empire tend to come in. This nation has declared war on me, Great Britain. Fair enough, he didn't stay at peace very long, so that gives me carte blanche to go up and attack your fleets as well. Swine, and Prussia refused to join. Mind you, their allies didn't join either. Austria, again, you want a military alliance. I don't want to be allied with you because you're an enemy of Sweden, so we're going to continue to refuse that offer. We might postpone our war with the 13 colonies then. We'll take out the British provinces in America. And then we'll deal with the 13 colonies later. So we've got military billets. And Russia and Dagestan going to war. Dagestan is going to disappear soon again. Yeah, let's review. Sit there. As I said, keep an eye on any Mughal Empire incursions. Is up here. I've still got this British army there. Where's my nearest rake? You can't get to them. We'll get you in there eventually. You... where do we have somebody else? Where's my other rake? Did I leave him in here somewhere? I don't want to go through all my provinces. We've got you. You. Ah, yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. We'll bring you over here. So I want to keep some vision of my own territory. Well, actually, and we'll just leave you there as well. Maybe back to there. Just make sure that I'm sided on anything that does come down through Kentucky territory. And that's not a British army anyway. The British army is the one with the British flag. Right. Okay, head back that direction. And back to Europe. Is that a British fleet there? I don't know if we'll be able to reach that. Actually, it looks like we can. And there's a fleet in port there. Let's come up and attack this one first. Oh. So the United Provinces fleet's going to come out and help them. Well, let's withdraw then. Where did we go? Bloody hell. Fair enough. So I guess I need to see them on one at a time. I thought they were blockading that port. Where's Great Britain at war with... oh, France. Not with the United Provinces. Right, okay. That's the end of the turn then, I suppose. Nothing else to be recruited. Maybe see if we can spend any money. We're getting to the point actually where I'm going to have no choice left but to invest in the likes of this. It's a low yield mine. Your average. So it's a 300 increase in region wealth for a cost of 11,250. I suppose it also gives us -3 happiness for the lower classes. Yeah, I don't think that's really worth the money. I would do it if it was just get an extra 300, but I don't want the happiness to take a hit when it's costing me quite so much. Okay. Not seeing any construction projects up here. Did we complete infrastructure here? Probably did, yeah. How about Santa Fe? Yep. Right. Could construct another fleet. Hang on. Well, that's... What's that going to give me? Sugar warehouse. Again, -3 happiness to the lower classes. No. Not going to bother with that either. Guess we keep our money then. Unless, as I said, we could go for another fleet, but we really need to keep trade with Sweden for that to be viable. And Austria. Okay, end the turn. And you come out. So we attack. I think we'll send our new army up. Unless I want to consolidate the two armies that I've got that are recruiting the Cav at the moment. It'd be good to get the fresh army blooded. Trade routes blocked. A wee bit of construction done. Yeah, so this army... Let's bring you up in that direction. Head up to about there. And I think I will consolidate these forces. We need to wait for their cav anyway. We'll just leave you. We'll get a rake. You come and sabotage that town. Can you not get in? You come and sabotage this army. Mission failed. Okay, we'll bring you across into here. There we go. Target of opportunity. What do we have? That's fleets. That's that fleet that I looked at earlier. Let's come and attack. They're going to stand and engage us. Good stuff. I should have auto-saved that. Yeah, I should have saved, but never mind. Right. As usual, let's get the 90 gunners. Here's our first line. Back to send you a bit further forward. Then the galleons. And I want you in line. And again in line, thank you. Okay. Chain for everyone and off we go. And now I'm going to try and drag them towards me. Let's fast forward a bit. Yeah. We've got the real wind advantage. I maybe don't want... No, let's sail more towards them to begin with because they're going to move really slowly. So you head over towards there and then we'll swing you to starboard. We'll let you make some headway and then we'll bring the galleons in behind. The galleons could start now. Yeah, tacking into the wind. So let's head up there maybe. Let's slow things down a bit as well. And the galleons come up here. And then you can follow in as well. You are still trying to come towards me. In that case, let's keep a wee bit more distance. We'll let the galleons get in a bit closer when we sail past. Okay. Turn slightly to starboard. Extreme range, so it didn't do very much damage. And that's the bomb catch. So definitely want that one dismasted. Right, okay, now swing around. The galleons will have you come a bit to port, and then we'll swing you back out and around. Is it worth? I think we'll all stay on the same line, actually. I was going to put the third flotilla around their starboard side. These guys are getting a bit close, so turn away again. And you do the same. Beginning to take some damage now. It's not a huge threat to us, obviously, but I would rather keep our distance. A broadside here might have been useful into that cluster. Okay, let's have you swing around. We'll get in behind that ship. You are sailing up there nice and close. And you're coming behind them as well. Where's the other flotilla? Back here. I could sail you in through there, but these guys are all... yeah, they're turning to the west as well, so they would have their broadsides to us if we tried to sail through there, so we wouldn't do that at all. Yeah, sail through there. Going to have you prepare a broadside. And then we'll do the same with you. And you're coming out here. I think we'll maybe try and keep the second flotilla to the starboard of that guy. Try and keep him hemmed in a bit. Right, we're getting close up here. Make sure we're on the right ship. We are. It'd be ideal if we could get that ship as it passed behind him as well. Alright. Didn't manage to dismast them, but never mind. Let's have you begin to turn down there. And we're just going to have you actually follow them around as well. Let him sail off on his own. We may actually go for that 41 chip of the line back there with your broadside. Not bad. And then he gets hammered by the next ship up. Third flotilla, you're getting in too close there. Too speedy for the galleons. What the big boy's doing. Yeah, okay. We'll have you sail around there. I think we're going to try and come inside this ship. What happened to that other one? It's way back there. It should be taking lots of fire from the starboard batteries up here. Let's have you come up, take care of it. If it needs taken care of, good stuff. Most guns destroyed. Only had 3 guns to start with. Let's switch you to grape. In fact, the whole flotilla. Select grape shot when you're in that close. And some of you are still a bit far out for grape. You come up around here. Get a bold manoeuvre by numerical. But we could actually just swing around behind all of those ships. And it would give us the wind advantage on them again. So let's have you try and swing in there. Third flotilla, you carry on around the outside. Have they manoeuvred to block us? No, they're trying to... well, one of them's reefed its sails. But the others should be passing us. Do you know what? I'm going to switch back to chain on here. Because we need some of the ships disabled. Get in there. So if you carry on down through there. blasting rigging as you go, please. Second flotilla. Yeah, you probably want to stay on this sort of heading. So they've come back around. You sail down through there. Not so much damage being done out on the starboard side. And they've managed to circle around us using their better manoeuvrability. And let's just pull out there then, we'll get a bit more speed up that way. And send you down through there. So right around and at an unexpected angle. You get back into line. Maybe not the best time to be doing that manoeuvre, but we're in so close that we're practically stationary as it is. If we can just rake these ships with grape. Especially this guy here. All been torn apart there. So around there. Then switch to short. We're not doing enough damage. These guys have got all snarled up back there. Let's try and make a bit of headway. Bring you through here. And you're supposed to be heading up in that direction. You just get too, as I said, snarled up at that point. Okay. I'm going to have you try and make use of the wind, get some speed up and then turn and head back up to the west. Intercept ships that are heading out there. And I think if we try and have you swing around into the wind, these ships are almost stationary. We'll have you focus on taking those out while the 91 ships to the line and the third flotilla up here. Back to chain. And we'll just try and finish off with these guys. This ship here is amazingly intact. No, it's wavering. Don't like this, the San Bernardo. Concerned. Attack from astern, but that shouldn't happen. Well, we've got a fire on here. I've forgotten, how do you put out a fire? Let's pull you out of line. And we'll get you to drop anchor. And if you just focus on putting the fire out, I think it happens automatically. When men come off the guns, fight the fire. It looks like it's out. Okay. Where are we at? Too caught up on a single ship there. Yeah, we'll have you sail up around there. You sail back up around here. And you to get turned around. Look at these two ships here that are the biggest threat. Well, not so much threat, but the other ones that are keeping the fight going just now. So we will try and swing back up in this general direction. Let's have... You are all still as a group. Okay, get back into line formation then. You're down here. Oh yes. Okay, so you are. No, okay. My bad. Just continue back up around there. That's the flotilla I was thinking about. You back in through there. Okay, we'll put you back onto chain as well. Concentrating a lot of fire on the brida here. Did you the ship that we got to drop anchor? Yes. I want you all grouped up again. I can't. Yes, we can. Right, you're heading that direction. Sail down through there. And you just carry on through that gap. You're still coming about. Right, okay. And if you switch to grape, hit that ship. And that should put them out of commission. Down to 35 men. I don't think we're going to get any more shots off before it sails past, so put you back onto chain again. Yeah, just head up there. You, let's get you switched to grape. Just blast away on each side. They're still steady. Put into shot. You can stay on chain. No, you stay on chain as well. I'll get broadsides ready. And I think we want you to sail into the wind. That's going to take too long. Just fire it well. No, I should have waited until we were here before I did that. Never mind. Getting there, slowly but surely. How about you ready to hit this ship? And fire. We did manage to target both sails, but we didn't manage to get the mast. It's unfortunate. To hit the breeder. Still sailing. Thought we'd managed to deal with the breeder. Let's bring you up around there. So slow. Let's speed it up a bit. And fire. That wasn't too bad. You surrendered, you have. We just need to have you sail around them. Focus on fire. You're going to come up from the opposite direction. Try and avoid friendly fire. I think I want you in tight. Heading to take out this guy, the West Friedland. And then maybe go after the breeder. Coming around into the wind, you should be able to catch the breeder. I mean, into the wind as in with the wind. Let's have a few. Let's begin to pull out from there. We'll let the second flotilla come round and hammer those guys. Put you back on chain, with the exception of you. And you are going to chain as well. Come around like so. Yeah, you sail through there. Blasting as you go. These guys here are all just about surrendered. Even the cloak is shaken. Yeah, let's have you just sail out, get the wind in your sails again. You've surrendered. I'll put you back onto chain. You might be able to hit. No, I'm not going to shoot through our own ship, I would hope. Yeah, you get out there after those two. Yeah, continue sailing that heading. You're still steady where you're concerned. You're eager. Right. You'll be done soon enough. Are these guys fleeing? I don't think so. It's fully rigged. Where am I? Getting there. What are you doing? I'm not entirely sure. Still chain. Carry on like that for now, that'll be fine. You are turning. You're coming in tighter now. Okay. Just about done here. I think I'm going to put the second flotilla onto grape. And hopefully that'll put an end to the likes of this ship. The buoy. You're still wavering only. Third flotilla, you're on chain, that's fine. Have you just fired? Firing now. It looks like. Maybe not though. Okay, where are the big guys? Back here. Let's bring you down around there. And the main action now is here. I want you to sail around them, attack them in the rear. And that should be an end to them. You're coming down through there. We'll have you swing around in that general direction. Hit them from the other side. And you're shooting chain, yep. Okay. They're still eager. These guys are still... Are they concerned? No, they're still confident, actually. I don't know who they're targeting. It looks like they're shooting up here. The galleons. Maybe they're going for the higher value ships, or what they see as the higher threat ships, rather than the closest ships. Going to view head more that direction. Bring the first flotilla in through there. Okay, you keep these guys and at your focal point. Maybe we should switch to shot. Mind you, the masts are going. Right. Yeah, second flotilla. Cut across in front of that ship. We've still got somebody up here. Not surrendered. Yes, the buoy still going. So we have the first flotilla sail for there. We'll actually have you keep circling around and concentrate your fire. The Duinrel and the buoy are both still in the fight. Let's just pump them with shot. Not done here yet. They're dismasted at least, he says. They've still got a mast. Half their cannon as well. I wonder if the cannon are mostly on the port side. But you're now going to sail around there. And we're going to have you just sailing between the two of them. Once again, blasting as you go. Both dismasted at least, so yes, stay on shot. I'm going to have you switch to grape for your next volley. They've got 56 men left. We've got 48. Sailing about. Come on, shoot them. There we go. Only took 11 casualties, but not bad. We'll leave you on grape. In fact, they are dismasted or concerned. I think they will be surrendering soon. We're going to put you onto grape too. And you. And you're going to just carry on that heading. Switch you to grape as well. How are we doing up here? The buoy is still in the fight. Sailing into the wind here doesn't really help. Duinrel is getting close to surrendering. I would like to be in closer. Use grape on them, but never mind. And you're wavering still. You keep sailing around there. I'll have you just try and sail past there. you could fire a broadside. So you will. Just about. Easy, steady, steady. Fire. And that was enough. Surrendered. Okay. Sail around. You surrendered. So it's just these buggers up here. You're still shaking. You're still steady. And we're almost making no headway. So we've got, I wouldn't say stable gun platforms because of the rocking, but we should be more accurate than normal. Okay, let's try get some headway again. You've got some speed up, so you could come up around there. And fast forward until we get some movement. Taking some punishment, those ships. I'll switch it to grape and have you prepare broadsides and I'll direct your fire. In fact, you as well. I want to focus on the we to begin with. If we got you sitting back there. If you would turn to starboard. I think I want you to... Well, you are in shot actually. I wanted you to shoot at the twin rail. And you did. Good enough. Right, you ready to shoot here? 38 men. Trying to time it with the swell as well, but it looks like we get no hits at all. Alright. Yeah. Continue up there. Trying to bring you in. Where are the big ships? You're back there. And you're becalmed as well almost. Okay. I'm going to switch you back to a round shot. Same with you. I'm going to fast forward and shoot. You're steady. Still got 38 men. Did I just shoot with the wrong ship? I think I did. Okay. Let's have you swing around then. In fact, you can maybe hit both of them at the same time. Not quite. You did manage it. Didn't do a huge amount of damage. You are trying to get into the fight. You're able to hit them. Could you switch to grape? Relatively close. Just a wee bit out of range, it looks like. Let's fast forward again. And I'll have you sail up in between the two of them. And you could maybe rake them with grape as you go through. Our 90-gun ships of the line have been pretty much idle for a long time now. Right. You're beginning to go at least. Don't seem to be doing much damage to them. Switch back to grape. You're coming up through there. You're coming around. From now, peppering them. Switch it to grape. Right, they have surrendered, so it's just this ship now that's left. At least they're shaken. Are you shooting at this guy? Not entirely sure. I'm going to have you sail through there. I'm going to have you prepare a broadside. And we're attacking these guys from astern again. Again, didn't do too much damage. Let's make sure you're on a round shot. Oh, there we go. Just notice it flashing there. Pyrrhic victory. And we had one ship of ours surrendered. I think it was just the one. There was another one that was wavering. We didn't lose any though. Did manage to sink one enemy. And again, 25,000 in prize money. Okay, let's just go ahead. We'll accept that. And let's have you. Mughal Empire, United Provinces, Great Britain. I don't really raid Portugal or Denmark. It's not that big a deal. How about there? Great Britain and Portugal again. Mughal Empire, Great Britain. Yeah, okay. Sail down here. Raid that line, and I wish you could put into an allied port for repairs. Less than 5,000 it would cost. But never mind. Raid there. We might return home for repair. This British fleet here has 4 rigged pinnaces, 1 sloop of war, a couple of brigs of war. The sloops, 4 rigged pinnaces, they're not the weakest of ships. We should be able to still take them, but we might lose 1 or 2. Just checking this hull strength. So this pinnace has taken quite a bit of damage. The others, for the most part, seem not too bad. This one has as well, though. But I think we're okay. Anyway, it's time for a break. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you again next time. Cheers.